Oilers, you got a great offense with Connor McDavid. So I have them sweeping them.
Yeah, well, I don't think you heard my point. The San Francisco Giants have 3 more in the 2010s than the Rangers have in their entire history. So, yeah.
It's hard to get back and to get back-to-back wins, and I don't see the Lightning doing it here, so I have them losing to the Hurricanes in 6.
We don't talk about the 2010s because the 2010s had the Astros, and if the Astros didn't happen, the Yankees would have won in 2017 with the Dodgers.
He was close to Frank Reich, and they want Frank Reich back, so that's what they got. It's their discount Frank Reich.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew, Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more.
Hi, this is Julie Dobbs. You're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NHL Opinions of the Week. I am Kevin, and I'm joined by the man that probably knows the pronunciations more than I do on these players for the NHL Draft, Austin.
Some of these are tough, Kevin. I don't blame you if you are struggling with some of these. I took me a minute myself to get used to them, but hopefully these names will become more common to you over time because they will be more household.
Yeah, we'll have to see. This is a big draft for some teams, and we'll just see what happens in this. I'm trying to remember. I think there was news. The Sharks traded to... No, I have that. The Sharks got the 14th pick from someone, I believe. There was a trade today.
Yeah, there was something. I forgot who they got it from, but I had that in mind too.
Okay, so they have the 14th pick as well. And this is a big draft for them as well, as they get the number 1 overall pick.
The most important pick.
Yep. All right.
So do you want to go first?
Yeah, so number 1 I think is pretty easy for the Sharks. It's Macklin Celebrini, the center.
Yeah, I think the top 3 picks are pretty set in stone in my mind. Number 1, Celebrini, 100%. He's the best player in this draft. Number 2, I went with Levshunov to the Blackhawks. Levshunov, a great defenseman. He went to Michigan State, I believe. He's really, really good. He's from Belarus. I think he will be the highest drafted Belarusian player, which is always really cool that you are the highest drafted player of any country. So congrats to him.
Yeah, so I know there's been some debate of like what the Blackhawks might do. I had them selecting Ivan Demidov, the winger, because I think they might go offense.
I think Levshunov is the best player available at 2. They could go. I think they're going to get some guys back from injury like Taylor Hall. Now, I know that's maybe not a long-term answer, but I think they should go Levshunov, and I think he's the best pick here. I think they will go him. But Demidov is a good player, and I have him coming shortly. So
okay, yeah. So I have Levshunov at 3rd for the Ducks because they would probably jump on that and get that player, and they do need a defenseman.
Yeah, well, I have them going defenseman too because I do think the Ducks need a defenseman, which is why I'm not going Demidov here. I think Demidov is probably the better player than Silyev, but Silyev defenseman, Ducks need defense. They're going Silyev.
Yeah, and then I have Silyev at 4 for the Blue Jackets.
Okay, and then that's where I have Ivan Demidov going. Mm-hmm. So we do have the same 4 picks, just in a different order, except for 1.
Yeah, so we'll have to see now. Where do you have the Canadians going?
So I have the Canadians going center, Caden Lindstrom.
We are in agreement as well. Canadians will go offense for me as well.
Who do you have at 6?
6, I have Utah taking defenseman Sam Dickinson.
Utah? Who? Oh, wait, yeah. My thing has it. Kevin, I put him in as Arizona. My thing was old. The thing I was looking at was old, so I put them in as Arizona. Got to change that. Who did you say?
Sam Dickinson.
Okay. That's not who I have. I had them going of. This is one of the harder ones. Zeev Buim, I think is how you say that. He's a defenseman out of Denver.
Yeah, I had some difficulty with him. I thought I had him.
Do you not
Yeah.
have him in your list?
I don't know if I have him in my list. I might have missed him when I was looking through this. But so we're at 6, or now we're going to 7.
Yes, we are at 7, and this is where I do end up having Sam Dickinson going.
Okay. I am going with Tij Iginla, the winger.
Oh, Jerome McGinley's son.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that's where I have that going to the Senators. I think they go offense. They seem to be set on defense.
Wait. We're at 7?
Were we at 7? Because 6 was Utah, and that's where you had Z.
Yeah. Okay. And I had 7. I had Dickinson. So I guess we are on Ottawa. Yeah.
Yeah. And now, do you want to go to 8?
Yeah, we can go to 8. This is where I have Zane Pareka, the defenseman out of Saginaw in the OHL.
Okay, he is my next pick. But for the Kraken, I have Berkeley Catan, the center.
Berkeley Catan, okay.
And then I have Zane going to the Flames.
This is where I had to have a Ginla going here. I had to have a Ginla going 9. Maybe it's a little bit of bias, and I want him to go there. I want the dynasty of the Ginlas to continue in Calgary. So yeah, maybe I'm being a little bit biased there, but I would love to see it happen. And you know what? I'm gonna predict it to happen.
All right, I respect it. Now, what about the Devils?
The Devils is tough because you got to think, Kevin. Last year they were extremely good. So not 2024, so not 23-24, but the year before that, Kevin, they were a top team. They won a round. So where do they go here is really the question. And I have them kind of going a little bit off the rails. I have them taking a guy that most people don't have in their top 15, and it's Berkeley Catton. I think that they could end up going with a guy who's more of a defensive offense. He's a forward, but he's a defensive forward. He had 7 shorthanded goals last year in the WHL, which is crazy to think of. He also has a lot of points. He was 4th in the WHL in points with 116, but he's also a defensive guy. He can play defense. He wins a lot of faceoffs. So I have them going Berkeley Catton or Caton or Catton. Okay. I think it's Catton, but
yeah, I have him. I'll get to him later. I have the Devils going with Bennett Sinek, the right winger from the OHL. I know he kind of had a spike in growth, and I'm wondering if they're just going to try to take advantage of this and see what he can bring them.
Yeah, I'm mainly going Catton though, because I feel like Catton has a more usability this second, and I feel like that's what the Devils want. That's why I kind of brought up how they were really good last year, or not. Yeah, not this past year, 23-24, but 22-23 they were really good. So they still have a good basis around their team, a really good system at least around their team. So I feel like them going with a guy who's a little bit more established, like I said, has a lot of points, has a lot of shorthanded goals, can play. You always want one of your young guys, Kevin. You've seen this with the Stars, play on the penalty kill, right? You want to see a Ty Dellandrea. I'll give you an example there. Or even they have Wyatt Johnston now. I know Wyatt Johnston's a lot better than most of your young guys, but for an example, so I could see them wanting to use one of their young guys on the penalty kill, and you could put in a guy that has this many shorthanded goals immediately. So I feel like they could go that route.
Yeah, and that's Berkeley Catton, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I had him going at 8 to the Kraken, so I was looking for him. So I actually had him earlier than you. So we'll see what happens. Now we go to the Sabres, the 11th pick.
Yeah. So Sabres, I went Cole Yzerman.
Okay, that is also who I went with. Cole Yzerman as well, the center. And now we go to 12. The Flyers, I have them taking Kostas Helenius.
Okay. Yeah, I have him here in a little bit. This is where I have Beckett Sinek or Sinecki.
Okay.
Beckett Sinecki, I think is how you say it.
All right. Okay. So we're kind of flip flopping the top picks. Now this is where I couldn't see him at first, but I have Zeev Billiam going to the Wild because they do need some defensive help.
Okay. I have the Wild trading down with the Blues.
Oh,
So I have the Blues trading up to 13 and taking Michael Brandseg Nygaard, the right winger from Mora in Switzerland. He's from Norway, or not Switzerland, Sweden. That's what I meant to say. He was born in Norway, plays in Sweden. So Michael Brandseg Nygaard, I think is how you say it. I may have butchered it. Sorry if I did.
yeah. And now I have him as well, so I'll probably butcher it as well. But now we go to the Sharks at 14.
The Sharks at 14, another big pick for them. Like you said before, I've been going Stian Solberg.
Okay. I have him going defenseman Carter Yamahachek.
So we both have them going defensemen, just different guys.
Now, Red Wings, I have them taking the center Michael Haig.
This is where I have, you said Carter Yakimchuk. This is where I have him going.
Okay, all right. And then now to the Blues. You're wild. This is funny. I have the Blues selecting the same player as you, but I have them staying Michael Brandseg Nygaard.
I've heard some talk that they may want him, and I think they may trade up to make sure they end up getting him. Maybe they don't. So, Kevin, if I'm fully right or you're fully right, we get a point. So I love that.
Yeah,
but it just may happen in a different way than we see happening. So we both had the Blues going the same guy, it's just at a different spot. So I have the Wild now going with the defenseman Adam Jurisic from the Czech Republic.
All right. Yeah, so we have Wild both going defenseman. Capitals, I have them taking Tarek Periscott. He's a very good scorer. So I thought they want to keep up their scoring for the future.
Say that again. Who did you have them taking?
Eric Paskak.
Okay. Yeah, that yeah. Okay. I have him on.
He's a winger from Prince George.
Okay, yeah, I see him now. Okay. I have them going I think you had this guy a little bit ago. Is it Consta Helenius?
Yes. I had him going to the Flyers.
Yeah, so I had the Capitals going Consta. He's extremely quick from what I know. He scored a good bit of goals, wins the faceoffs. We both have them going forward, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. They desperately need a forward.
And then I have the Islanders going forward as well with Igor Chornsov.
Yeah, we change it up there, but still go forward. I have them taking Sacha Boisvert from Muskegon in the USHL. And this is this not the Blackhawks pick?
The Blackhawks pick with the Islanders, I thought I had it as the Islanders pick.
I had 18 as Blackhawks. I don't know if one of us is wrong. One of us is wrong, obviously, because it can't be both.
It looks like it is the Blackhawks, and it looks like the New York Islanders moved to 20. So that's my bad.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. So
okay. All right.
I mean, it's a good heads up. You won't lose a point that you didn't expect.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm just gonna swap the picks.
Okay, that's fine. That's we make the rules, Kevin. So
yeah. So the funny thing is, you had Sasha Boisvert at 17.
18. I had him going to the Blackhawks at 18.
Okay, that's why I was going as well when they were at 20. So I'm just gonna have him there as 18 as well.
Oh, so you're gonna change the pick to 18? You're gonna keep the Blackhawks pick. Just they're gonna take it at 18.
They're gonna take it at 18, and then at 20 is the Islanders pick.
So we do have the same pick, but you didn't know we had the same pick.
I didn't know we had the same pick. So I was looking at one. That's weird. One had it still as the Islanders, but
I believe it's the Blackhawks. I mean, I could be wrong.
No, it is
the
Blackhawks. I see one, and yeah, it's the Blackhawks. I just didn't have that trade registered. But now we'll go to 19, where I have the Golden Knights going defenseman Adam Jurisic, who you had earlier.
Okay. I had them going Michael Hage, who is a very good two-way player. They usually like those type of builds, so I could definitely see them going that.
Yeah, and so now at 20, this is where the Islanders going Igor Chornsov. It's just
So
syntax
they
change.
get the same
Yeah.
guy no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Now who's at your 20?
My 20 is Liam Greentree.
Okay.
He's a right winger from the OHL.
Yes. Oh yeah, I have him a little bit later. The Kings, I have them going Cole Beoden, the winger.
I have them going Tariq Paraskak.
Yes. Yeah. I had him much earlier going to the Capitals.
Yeah, I that's the guy that I said that I had that you had, but I did have him going later.
Now we go to the Predators. I have them going offense with Lucas Pettersson.
I have them going defense with Charlie Alick from Brandon in WHL.
Okay. All right. Now Maple Leafs, I have them going defenseman Eric Emery.
Did I not have him earlier? No, I didn't, did I? No, I didn't. You said Eric Emery?
Yes.
Okay. I had them going center Igor Sarin, the center from Russia.
Yes. And now we go to the Avalanche. I had them going with Ryder Ritchie. I know he's a big scorer, and that's something that I think they could use, as we saw what happened when they lost former star in the playoffs. I can't remember his name exactly. Nichushkin. I can remember Nichushkin. So I have them going, okay, we need to up our scoring, and I have them going with Ryder Ritchie.
Okay, so this was the Avalanche's pick, correct?
Yes, at 24.
Okay, we both have them going offense. I had them going Cole Bowden.
Okay.
Out of Barrie in the OHL.
All right. Now I'll let you announce your Bruins pick.
This is tough. We really could add any position. I feel like we would benefit from it, but I ended up having us go Leo Selin, the defenseman from Sweden.
I have them going offense to help with the center, and I have them getting Jet Luchanko.
I think we're going to address center more immediately. We're still a good team, obviously, and I think we're going to try to address center in the free agency and try to address defensemen more in a young way.
Got it. Canadians, this is where I have them going. I'm having them like staying with offense, and this is where I have them selecting Liam Greentree.
Okay. I have them going Eric Emery. So okay. I did have him. I had him going defense. So I think I had the Canadians go defense both times. I think. I'll check that. I'll double check it.
I think you had him.
Oh no! I had him going Caden Lindstrom. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had him going forward and then defenseman.
Now, what do you have the Hurricanes doing?
I have the Hurricanes actually trading their pick with the Stars.
Ooh.
And then the Stars take Marek Vanacker, the left winger.
Okay. I have the Hurricanes keeping their pick, and they're going defense with Stein Solberg.
Okay.
Now, the Flames, I have them going offense, getting Julius Mettinen, the winger.
Makes sense. I have the Flames going Arin Kiviharju. Yeah, that's how you say it. Arin Kiviharju. He's a defenseman from Finland.
Okay. Now we go. I have the Stars keeping this pick at 29. I have them staying with defensive, like a focus, as that's been a focus in the draft. I have them drafting Dominik Baranka, the defenseman.
I had them actually keeping their pick. So they actually make a different trade that would keep this pick, but also not... they get to keep this pick and get the other pick, if that makes sense. So they're trading a future first to get this first. Okay, and I had them taking Andrew Basho, another winger, because I do believe Kevin, we don't know what's going to happen with Pavelski. Obviously, he hasn't formally said whether or not he's going to retire for sure. And then we don't know what's going to happen with Duchesne. They could lose, and Ben's getting older, Sagan's getting older. And I know they just spot out Suter. That happened today before we
Mhm.
recorded. But I feel like offense could still be a problem.
Yeah, I trust their offense, especially with guys like Logan Stankoven and Maverick Bork coming up. And then
Well, I
I
mean,
think that
Maverick, we haven't seen yet what he's going to be, unfortunately.
yeah. I think they're just gonna bank on that and they're gonna keep going defenseman because Niels Lundqvist hasn't really worked out for them. But we'll have to see. I wouldn't be opposed to them going offense.
I think they go again. Defense is a more pertinent issue with like a big name. I don't think you're
Mhm.
going to try to add a young guy to the defense. I don't know if you want a rookie being your steadfast, your pillar, one of your pillars for a Stanley Cup run. If you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they add that in free agency more, and then they add draft picks to try to fill the void because most NHL guys don't come right after they're drafted, right? They either stay
Mhm.
in college or stay overseas or they go to the AHL. Well, in this case, I feel like they're really replacing those older guys because maybe some of those guys, maybe Duchesne does come back for another year, or some of these other guys come back, or maybe we don't know how long Ben and Sagan are going to be in Dallas, at least at their top potential. So I think they're more drafting for the future in this case than you would be drafting a defenseman because I feel like they're going to address that more in free agency with what they have. I think that's why they got rid of Suter so they could add a bigger name in free agency.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't hate it. I just think they're focusing a lot on just the future of defensemen, and they've been doing that recently, and I think they keep doing that. But it could be a switch to a winger. Do you want to go to the Rangers at 30?
Yeah, sure. I had them going another winger here from London in the OHL, Sam O'Reilly.
Okay. I have the Rangers going offense as well, but I have them going center with Maxim Massey.
Okay. And then I'll go to the Ducks at 31. I had them taking Ryder Ritchie, another winger.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I had them going much. I had them going to the Avalanche. Here I have Marek Veneker going to the Ducks.
Okay. And then who do you have at the last pick?
The Flyers. I have Emil Hemming, the winger.
Okay. I had them going Julius Maitinen. Maitinen.
Mhm.
He's a bigger forward.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I had them going a little bit earlier. But yeah, so we have them both going offense, and that concludes the draft. We'll have to see what happens. This could definitely be a big draft for some teams, especially the Blackhawks. Like they got Connor Bedard last year, and at 2, they have a prime chance to get. If they go offense, this could be something similar to what we see with the Oilers. Because wasn't Leon Draisaitl the 3rd overall pick?
Fourth.
4th. Okay, 4th overall pick. So we could see them maybe try to double up and see what the Oilers have done, or we'll just have to see if other teams do that too. As a lot of
I
teams,
will say that Leon and Connor weren't the same draft.
yeah, they weren't the same draft. But yeah, I'm thinking
Oh
like
no, you were right.
one.
Draisaitl went
Yeah,
third. You were right.
okay, okay.
You were
But
right.
they can just double up with high draft picks, and we've seen what that has benefited for the Oilers on their offensive side. Even though I think Draisaitl may have been before McDavid.
He was the draft
Okay.
before.
Oh yeah, the draft before. But there are also teams with multiple first round picks, so we can see how this draft benefits them. As I know with the Stars, it was Miro and Ottinger were the same in the first round. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure.
You are correct.
So this could be a big opportunity or a missed opportunity in the future once we look back on this draft.
Yeah, you made great points.
And that's all we got. We will review this draft once it is done. And we appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.